Guys, to make a YouTube live, you need to have a place where there's no noise. You need to concentrate because there is distraction. You're going to go off topic about what you're trying to say. I've tried making like two videos, the first and the second. They were not working, so I had to find a way somehow so that I can broadcast today. Anyways, like I tried talking on the other two videos, and like I tried saying about the best kind of nationalities I would recommend for you to work for. um Normally I'm not going to say there's a particular nationality that is so perfect. I think it should be on us, how we interact with people. Because if you and some people, they don't um they are not welcoming. Like, that's how I can say some people are not that welcoming, and some people are not that open, or some people are introvert and others are extrovert. Like, they can, for me, I'm not an introvert person. I'm the kind of person who can easily interact with people. Obviously, I'm a YouTuber and I have to do this. I must be that kind of a person. And then there are other set of people who just want to be on their low key. They don't want anybody to disturb their peace of mind and stuff like this. Now, the best kind of nationalities to work with is anybody. You can work with any nationality, all nationalities. I cannot say there's some particular nationalities that are bad, or there are particular nationalities that are so good, but you can work with any nationality of your choice. And this has to go with you. It has, and first thing, they have to be like respect. Respect is reciprocal, right? So if you're putting respect, if you're pushing respect, or you're giving respect to this person, the person is going to bring back that respect to you. You get. Now I need to share this one on my status. Yeah, so the best kind of nationalities are, like I said, is any kind of nationality, because I'm not going to advise anybody that it's good to work with Indians, it's good to work with Philippines, it's good to work with Cameroonians. No, it all depends on you, on how you can handle these people, how you can communicate, how you can handle pressure, how you can handle anger, how you can handle quarrel. So if you can handle all these things, you can work with any nationality. Some people will say that, oh, this particular nationalities are so good, they are so kind, they speak to people politely, and other people will say that no. Now it depends on how we all look at it. Other people are going to look at a particular set of nationality in a different way, and others will look at it in, like, we all have a different mindset of how we look at people. I might look at Filipinos and say, oh, maybe they are racist, and another person will look at it and say, okay, they've had a very good food with. For example, my first company, when I came in Bahrain, I was working in a company. It was owned by an Arabic, but I don't know if this thing is disturbing my light. So the first company I was working was an Arabic. It was an Arabic company, but the owner of that company, or the manager of that company, was a Filipino. And I had a very, very good time with the Filipino. We didn't have any issue, no query, there was no problem. And then another person, like the new company where I work, another person had worked with Filipinos, and they were like, no, they are racist, they don't treat people well. So you cannot say that. I cannot tell you that my experience with them were bad, because I didn't have any bad experience, but you had a bad experience with them, so you'll be scared to work with them. But I have never had any bad experience with them, so I still work with them and I don't have any issue. So you cannot choose. I cannot tell you that there's a best kind of nationality to work for. If you come to Bahrain, and of course most of the business owners here are the Bahrainese, some of them are going to be so good to you, and some of them are not going to be good to you. Some of them are going to step on their right foot, and some of them are going to be on their left foot. That some of them will be polite, nice to you at all the time. 1 minute, guys. Okay, so I'm back. Sorry for the interruption. So like I said, somebody might have a bad experience with a Filipino, other people might have a good experience with them, and it all depends on how we interacted or how we got to them. You see, it's different. And then some people will say that, oh, I cannot work with Cameroonians. Like, what I noticed is that the same nationalities don't like to work in the same place. Like, Cameroonians don't like to work in the same place. But there's a particular nationality, like let's say Nigerians. Nigerians, they are this kind of, there's this type of people, or they are this sort of people that when their brother is here, they want to bring their other brother, let they come and work hand in hand and then blow, make the business, and there are other people that don't want to catch their other nationalities. They don't want to go close to their brother. They don't want to, they feel like, okay, if this my brother come, he's going to spoil things for me. For example, when I was about to travel, I have my uncle who had traveled before. So my uncle was like, oh, if you come and work with Cameroonians, say Cameroonians are not good. If you work with them, they're going to ruin your name, they're going to spoil your name, and they're going to make things bad for you. Now, this is because he has had his own experience with Cameroonians and how they have treated him. So he has generalized that he does not want to work where Cameroonians are because he had a very bad experience with them. But I have worked with Cameroonians and I'm still working with Cameroonians and I've not had any bad encounter with them. Like we quarrel, we have a misunderstanding, we fight and stuff like this. You see, so that one is good. Other people have faced different conflict or different issues with other nationalities and they don't want to go close to them anymore, and they keep on discouraging people that, oh, I don't think you should work with this set of people, or I don't think you work. Even like I'll quote another example of the Balinese. One of my colleagues worked with the Balinese. She was like, oh no, I cannot work with Balinese, they're not like this, they're treating me like this and stuff like this. But I worked with them and it was different. So it all depends on you and how the communication started. And sometimes some of us are so full of ourselves, we feel like, oh, this one cannot tell me what to do, this one don't need to tell me what to do, and stuff like this. Then that they start feeling like, okay, so you want to come and show that you're superior, and they want to mash you and make you feel inferior. You get. So this is practically what you should understand, that when you come to the Middle East, or when you travel, or when you go anywhere, or when you want to go to any country, what you should know is that, one, nobody is perfect. Two, there's no particular nationality that I'm going to advise that is the best nationality to work for, because there's no best nationality to work for now. All the nationalities that you think that this one is good, this one is good, you can instead go and have a very bad encounter with that nationality. I hope I'm not mixing things here. What I'm trying to talk today, or hi guys, so welcome to my live. So what I'm trying to talk today is Mahmoud, what is this? You go this. So what I'm trying to say today is that there are no particular, or there is no best nationality to work with. It all depends on how you have interacted with these people. It depends on the encounter you have had with these people. So your encounter or the way you met with these people might or will not be the same way I have met with these people. Our encounters can never be the same. You might have had a very bad encounter with maybe Asians, and I've had a very good experience with them. So I cannot tell you that, oh, they are bad. And I may have had a bad experience with Africans, and I'll tell you that, oh, the experience I had with Africans were not good, and you have had practically a different experience with them. So there's that thing. There's that difference between us. There's that difference between us as a human. There's no group, there's no particular country that is so perfect, is so good, so understanding that want to make sure that you get all the best things you could, or the best life. It all depends on how you interact. It depends on your interaction. Like I've had very good interactions with Ugandans. Like one of my closest colleagues is in Uganda. We're okay, we're moving well. And other will say that no, they cannot go with them because they did not have a good encounter with them, you see. So everybody has his or her own country that have treated them well and have not treated them well, and they are going to give their own opinion. But basically, in my opinion, I'm going to tell that there's no particular nationality that is going to treat you top notch or is going to treat you so well. So don't come here, don't be traveling from another country, coming to work in the Middle East and be thinking that there's a particular nationality that will treat you super well. The nationality that you think that will treat you so well may be the nationality that will treat you bad. And the nationality that will treat you bad is a nationality that you may be thinking that, oh, they had to treat me good, and now it's the reverse. What you have to do is, number one, you should be respectful. No matter how small your colleague is, he's your colleague. Your colleague is your colleague. Like where I'm working with, I have very big colleagues. My colleagues I'm working with are old enough to be my mother. So I take it as a respect upon myself, because my aunt, before, she was calling me, she gives me this respect and she calls me Mavane. Now it made all her kids and my younger siblings, they call me Mavane. It's just that respect. Now, when I came to the company, I saw people who are way older than me, and these people, if I want to compare their age to my mom, they are old enough to give birth to me. So I started calling them Ma this, Ma this. So it's not like I'm doing it because I need some sort of favor or anything. It's just that respect in my Cameroon culture that, or let's say because Southwest, in my Southwest culture, that you need to give respect to an elderly person. So now when you're working with your colleague, regardless of the age, regardless of how long the colleague have been in the company, regardless or the things the person know, is just respect and I think understanding. Because obviously, if you're working in a company, there must be some sort of jealousy. Not everybody's going to like you too. By the way, you have to know that not everybody is going to like you. Some people will genuinely like you, and others will just be pretenders and pretending to like you. So you just have to know who is for you and who is against you. You get. But number one, respect. And when you're working in an environment, just know that your colleagues are not your friend, your colleagues are your colleagues. So there's certain type of discussions that you can have and there's certain type of discussions that can end. Because you guys can part ways tomorrow, right? And you people will never get to see each other. Maybe one thing or the other, miscommunication, you lost contact. So obviously they're not your friends, but you can choose to put them as your friend. You can choose to make them your friends. You get, but they are not the friends. So if you want to work in a country or you want to work in a place where you're not going to have any stress from any nationality, respect. The respect that somebody gives you, try to return it back. And how you channel your issue. If you're upset about how somebody spoke to you, if you're upset about how things are moving, it should be a matter of how to channel. For me, I don't like to, if I'm upset with somebody, I don't like to talk to the person. But my other stuff was like, that's not a good way to talk to, that's not a good way to handle issue, because if you don't tell the person what the person has done, the person is not going to know. So when I get up, when I'm angry with somebody, I just avoid the person. I don't want to talk to the person. I just, I just be ignoring you. But it's not the best way. It's never the best way. So how to tackle issue, you can talk to the person in a very polite way and say, well, but what you did, I didn't like it. What you did, I didn't like it. But if I see that somebody who is so elderly, I think I might disrespect the person in one way or the last. I might speak to the person in a rude manner. So I just avoid the issue. I just keep it cool. I just swallow it and let it slide. I don't talk about it. That's just a part of me that I think has solved me from a lot of issues, because there are a lot of times that you want to talk, you want to voice out your anger, and you voice out that anger and you press pause. There is no way, because there's some words that cannot be taken back. Once you have said those words, you cannot take the words back, right? So, and in a certain time or certain situations, it's advisable for you to shut up, don't speak anything. You just stay quiet so that you don't get bad name, you don't get any issue from people. You get. So this respect, how to tackle issue, and in case you make a mistake at your job site, everybody is bound to make mistakes, right? We are humans. So if you make mistake, try to channel it to your colleague and tell them that this is how it went, this is how it went. For example, where I'm working, we have two shifts. We have the morning shift and the night shift. So when you work in the morning shift and you make some mistakes, and or you have something to do and you not do it, maybe that on, like, let's say, incomplete business. Yes, is it uncompleted business or is incompleted business? I know it's uncompleted. So that businesses that are not finished, you are supposed to tell this colleague so they can know how to handle it when they come to their shift and they don't have issues. Little things like this will make that you're not going to have any problem with them. And then you shouldn't be this kind of a colleague that the slightest things you report to your boss, the slightest thing you report to your boss. Now the boss is going to say, okay, this is somebody who's going to give me information about everything, but another thing is the boss will be like, so this person talks too much like this. What if he goes to another company? He's going to be showing everything that I've been working in my company, or he's going to be backslashing me. He's going to be saying, oh, I'm a very bad boss and stuff like this. So, just little things that if you choose to do them, your stay in a company or in a country is going to be easy. Let's say in a company, because we're talking about work generally, we're talking about the nationalities you can work for without peace. And I said there's no particular nationality you can work for. You can work with or for any nationality. You just have to understand each other. You should just have to be respectful. You just have to mind your business. You just have to don't look for trouble. You just have to look for a good way to tackle your problems, and punctual, respect the rules and the regulations. I don't think you are going to have any other clashes if you do all these things. If anybody wants to fight you, and if you have an issue, on my colleague who was working with me, she was working in a company, and I made a video about this. She was working in a company, and then there is this guy, let's say this is an African, let's say Nigerian It was Nigerian Cameroonian. One of them is either Nigerian or Cameroonian. They were working in this company together, right? So this guy was provoking. There's a Filipino guy who was provoking this guy continuously, and trying to look for his issue. He tried to report the issue several times to his boss, and the boss is a Filipino. Now I felt like this issue was not handled well, because when I complain something once, twice, thrice, they should be. I am not complaining something once, twice, thrice to my manager. I'm going straight to my boss, so that if anything wants to happen, my boss knows that okay, I must have complained, and he or she would try to bring in a way that this issue can be tackled. So this guy, he had this issue with this people not getting. The guy was like mocking him, always saying rude things to him, insulting him. And this guy, us African, this so we do like our head too hot. If you find us, you see us. We don't look for trouble, oh. But if you look for our trouble, we'll give it to you. That's how we are. So this guy, he has been complaining about the same thing, that is the treatment that he has been getting from this other person, but the manager seems to do nothing about it. It's like he wasn't bothered. He was not having any issue. So this guy took the actions into his hands, because he had been reporting and things were not moving. And then he slapped this guy, and they fired everybody with this color scheme. Everybody who was working in that company with color scheme was fired because of one slap that he gave to the person. Regardless of the fact that this guy has been complaining several times that um this issue has not been resolved, and this guy keeps on harassing him or insulting him, but this issue was not solved, but he was fired. Now in things like this, I felt like the manager did not handle the issue well, because there's some sort of discrimination amongst them. Because if somebody has been doing something to me and I come and report to you as a manager of the company, you should look forward on how to settle this issue. But since you're not settle it, you're favoring your 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 colleague or your country, the person from the same country, you're supporting them, right? And then I did this out of anger, and everybody is fired. Now I know this guy was angry, and he had to just unleash that anger. But like I said, it's always good to walk away from issues. It's either you don't talk, you just walk away, or you confront this person, but not with a slap. You can shout, you can talk out, but hitting is not acceptable, especially in this type of country where they just want peace. They don't want any wahala, especially from an outsider. They don't want any issue, because they already have their own issues that they are handling. They don't want another third party to come and bring them another wahala. So when this guy did this, they fired everybody. Now I felt like they were waiting for the right opportunity to just fire everybody from that company, because one can, while one, you see, one cocoa needs spoil, or one groundnut needs spoil the whole soup. So while one gari go and spoil the whole soup. So I just feel like they're waiting for the next opportunity that this guy should do something, and let they fire him, or let they fire everybody there. You see. So I'm not saying that what he did or what they are doing is right. What I'm trying to say is, you should try to hold your anger. If you see that you're kind of person who gets angry a lot, you're kind of person who don't know how to control it, then don't come to the Middle East, because you're going to be tempted to do that several times. You're going to meet a lot of people who get you so upset. You're going to meet people who are going to, people will go bite your belly. People will get you so mad, and you cannot be hitting people all the time. You need to know how to control your mouth. You need to know how to control your anger. Like it or not, you need to be respectful, especially if you're working in the hospitality department. You need to know how to be, you need to know how to fake smile, because not all my smiles are real. Sometimes the customer just says something that is really really upsetting, and I don't want to speak back to the customer. It's a fake smile, I'm not happy, and I cannot speak back to you, because I risk my job. I risk the facts of losing my job. This person, I don't know who is who. I can speak maybe to my boss mom rudely, or to my boss dad rudely, and it's like, this short girl, this black girl, or they'll ask you what's your name, and you say, oh, my name is Vanessa, and the next thing you know is you're getting a termination letter. So you have to do all these things, whether I like it or not. You have to fake all these things. Respect, you need to get it genuinely. If you cannot be respectful, if you cannot know how to fake smile, if you cannot know how to control your temper, if you cannot know how to channel issues or how to handle issues, then don't come here, because there's certain things you will meet them. You will meet them. It's just like home. Back home, there's certain things, there are certain times that when I look at some certain situation, I'm like, back home, if you try this nonsense, they will flog you, they will beat you. But here you cannot do it. You're in a different man's country, right? You just have to obey, you just have to abide, you just have to, make sure that things are moving smoothly. I hope this is understood by my people. So nobody will ask me that, hey, if I want to look for a job, which type of nationality do you think I should go and work for? There's no particular nationality I'm going to say that is the best nationality to work for. There's no best. There are nationalities that are good, there are nationalities that are bad. Not all, like like they say, not all Cameroonians are bad, not all Nigerians are bad. So you are going to meet some Cameroonians that are going to be so good to you, and you're going to meet some that are going to be not good to you, that are not going to be nice to you. So there's no particular nationality to work for. Hmm. So this is a very short video of what I wanted to tell you. I made a video, but I felt like coming live to elaborate more on this issue. And because a guy also asked me like, when I'm coming to Bahrain, when I come to Bahrain, what kind of nationality do you think I should apply my job for? Do you think I should work in a company owned by Indians? Do you think I should work in a company owned by Africans? Do you think I should work in a company owned by Balinese? I'm like, guy, where you have your luck is where you should work, because there's no particular country or there's no particular nationality that you work for that will be superb. Anybody or everybody or anybody has their own way they're going to behave to you. Everybody's not going to be, you get. Yes. So this is this for this. I'm just going to end my life now. I hope I got a little bit of um what I hope I throw a little bit of information to people who want to know about the nationalities they think or they know is best to work for. So yep, I'll see you guys again tomorrow. Don't worry, I'm live back to back every day. I'm live. I'm going to give you all the information you'll be needing. Anytime, if you have any comments, you can drop it under my live, and I'll come there. I'm going to make a video on that. I'm going to educate you, whatever you wish to know. I'm always willing to learn. So I'm always willing to tell people. So yep, this is the end part. This is almost 10 p.m. and now I need to end, and then I have to sleep tomorrow. It's work. Okay, bye guys.